What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video here on the World of Juice channel, and welcome back to another episode of the Cleveland Browns franchise here on Madden 26. Today, we finish season number 3, at least the regular season of season number 3, because we have the final 2 weeks of the NFL season, week 17 and week 18, with week 17 being the most important week of the Browns' regular season history. Because last year we won the Super Bowl, so that's obviously the most important game slash day or slash week of the Browns franchise history. But in terms of regular season importance, this game might be the most important because this game against the Steelers, if we win it, which to be fair, we've been on an unbelievable win streak the past couple episodes ever since that Bengal loss. If we win this game against the Steelers, that will eliminate any other team from having a chance to tie our record and possibly deny us the 1 seed in the AFC conference. So if we win this game against the Pittsburgh Steelers, then week 18, we won't have to play anybody. Yeah, it'll be a little bit of pride on the line because it's the second game against Cincinnati and we'd want to possibly, there's a chance we could want to get some revenge on the Bengals, but also we want to keep our guys healthy. So if we win this game against Pittsburgh, then we're the 1 seed and we don't really have anything to play for in week 18. We can bench our starters. We can bench Enriquez and Myles Garrett and all these guys, Devontae Smith, everybody. And we can kind of just coast to maybe a win. You never know. But also just coast to a 1 seed bye in the playoffs. If we lose this game, then week 18 becomes the game that is the most important because then that is win or we are not going to be the 1 seed most likely because there is a small chance that if we lose both of these games and either the Bills or the Broncos win both of their games, then they pass us and one of them gets the 1 seed. That's a very small chance of happening because one, we have to lose both of our games, which I don't see happening. And two, we have to lose both of our games and have one of the two, Broncos or Bills, win both of their games. And they're kind of on little bit of a skid right now, both of them losing a couple games in a row towards the end of the season. So I don't see that happening. The only scenario that I see happening is us winning this game against Pittsburgh and then becoming the 1 seed. That's really the only path that I see. So let's go make that a reality. If you're going to enjoy, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club. We are on the road to 5,000 subscribers. So if you want to help me get to that mark, make sure you hit that subscribe button and join the Juice Club. And let's go wrap up season 3's regular season with the most important game in Browns history, in the regular season at least, and lock up the number 1 seed in the AFC. It is week 17 of year number 3 here in Browns franchise. We are the 1 seed as of right now. If we take a look at the bracket, there is a chance that it could be a Super Bowl rematch from last year. We played the Bears in last year's Super Bowl and we beat them. The Bears are again one of the best teams in the NFC. They could come out of that side of the bracket. We could come out of our side and maybe match up for a rematch. It was a pretty good game in the Super Bowl, if I remember correctly. But the rest of the seeds are as followed. We'll see what happens with the Bills and the Broncos, who ends up being the 2, who ends up being the 3. But as long as we take care of business and do what we need to do against the Steelers, we don't have to worry about those guys because we won't be seeing them until possibly the AFC Championship if they make it there. And we even played the Broncos last episode and we beat them 28-10. So we're feeling pretty good. We are feeling pretty good. I do have 400 staff points. I should probably spend those, shouldn't I? I did kind of a letting them accumulate for no real reason. I didn't really have any reason to let them stack up. I just kind of forgot to purchase anything. I think I finally decided that at the end of the season, after we're done playing, whether that's whatever time in the playoffs, whether it's the divisional round wild card or a divisional round AFC Championship or Super Bowl, whenever our season comes to an end, hopefully it's at the end of the Super Bowl when we win a second one. We will, before we get to the off season, when we have to decide to negotiate new contracts for the final time, we will be trading Jerry Jeudy for something to get whatever kind of value we can out of him. And then we will move Eddie Velasco to the number 2, have Miguel Perez play the slot, and we'll be pretty good. So that's what we're going to be working with in the offseason episode, at the start at least. And remember, the offseason episode takes a little bit longer to come out than a normal offseason episode would because I do my scouting on the draft picks and I put together a nice little scouting report on each prospect that we're interested in. So that takes a little bit longer for me to do. So just be patient on the once the playoff videos are done and then we get to the off season. That off season episode will take a little bit longer because I got to get everything ready for the draft. So just wanted to put that out there now. So we will be trading Jerry Jeudy at the end of the season or in the off season, headed into the off season. He is the one of the biggest free agent names that we have. We also have Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, who I'd like to bring back, and I also want to bring back Mike Hall Jr. and I might pay Mike Hall Jr. right now. The only problem is if we pay Mike Hall Jr. what he's asking for right now, that leaves us with 10.6 million. So we are probably going to have to dip into our restructuring of contracts, which is a dicey road. I don't like going down that road very often. But if it's to bring back Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, it might have to be done. Although we could possibly trade him as well. I mean, we'd be coming off of hopefully 2 Super Bowls. Maybe it's time to, because I mean, every dynasty has to come to an end at some point. You can't pay everybody forever. Who knows? But I wouldn't mind paying Mike Hall Jr. 4 years, maybe 12.5 million, 11.5 million, and see what he says to that. That offer is perfect. He's going to come back on a new 4-year extension. So Mike Hall Jr. is back. It really helped that he wanted to be back. So now if I wanted to offer JOK, I can't. At least not on the offer that he's wanting, or at least around that offer. We'd have to restructure. So it wouldn't take that much to bring him back. We'd only have to restructure maybe 1 or 2 contracts at the most to get him back. But also, I want to bring back Chase Young, so maybe we have to restructure a few more contracts. I probably want to bring back Craig Woodson. He's been a great special teamer. I probably want to bring back, probably not David Ojabo, but maybe I want to bring back Traylon Burks or Cole Bishop. We still have to decide whether we're going to trade Cole Bishop or we're going to trade Grant Delpit. I think I'm leaning towards Grant Delpit, but I don't know for sure still. So there's a lot of decisions to be made in the offseason episode. But here we are, week 17. Let me spend those staff points before I forget. So let's get into the abilities side of things, and let's start spending some things. So if we have the staff, we already have the diamond tier head of class, which means our coaching staff earns ×3 coach XP. We don't have that activated, obviously, but if we did, that's what they would earn. We also have an increased chance to retain our coordinators if we get up to buddy system, which I think we're fine with our coordinators. I mean, we have Kevin Stefanski and Aaron Glenn. I guess they could get head coaching jobs somewhere else. We already have the diamond tier abilities for Eagle Eye, Fit Finder, Scouts Honor, which we have already activated, and Talent Evaluator. We are looking for Find the Right Guy. Let's get that to diamond tier. So now that's huge. So 5% general scouting buff for all draft picks. I'm going to probably activate that at the start of year 4 so we can get a head start on that. I'm also scouting some, or working on the linebacker lens. Is there any other ones that I want to try to work on a little bit here? We don't need the 2-tier scout, or the tier 2 scouts, because we have the tier 3 scouts, so why would we need the tier 2? I could just get a general scouting buff on certain players or certain positions, but I think we're good where we are right now. Wear and tear, there's no things there. I probably could just go to player development and work on this a little bit. +2 catching for all players probably isn't bad at diamond tier. +3 aware. You know what? Let me just get +3 awareness so we have that ability to activate it if we want to. +2 play rec for all players. We have enough stat points. Let's get it up to diamond so that we have an option to activate it if we want to. And then this is just XP training for all different positions. I think I have the ones that matter the most already at diamond tier: quarterback, offensive line, linebacker. Wide receiver and running backs I don't think need it that much. Corner might need it a little bit. Safety, you know what? Safety might need it for Cole Bishop to get it a little bit better. And I have not gone really into any defensive skills. I just don't see a world where I'm going to have these activated at any time. That one's kind of cool. Hitanimus Stickamus. I like that. Or Hitimus Stickamus is probably how you pronounce it, not Hitanimus. Hitimus Stickamus is how you would pronounce that. I think I might start working on that one. That one looks kind of interesting. It gives you a significantly increased fumble odds for successful hit sticks, and we've been putting out a lot of hit sticks on kick returns, so that would be kind of cool. Obviously, we'd have to activate that for it to take effect. Increased fumble chance when hitting quarterbacks out of the pocket. That's a pretty decent one. You know what? The more I look at them, there's actually some decent ones in here. We might want to go in for them. Significant resistance increased to quit block shed moves from D linemen. Increased pass accuracy on passes. A lot of these are useful for helping for helping Julian Enriquez. That's for sure. +7 blocking. Oh my God. Okay, I didn't see that one. Diamond tier people movers +7 run block for all offensive linemen. We already run block really well. That's a kind of crazy. Is there one for passing? Reduce receivers run sharper in breaking routes. Ooh. Reduce knockout chances on in breaking routes. Receivers run sharper out breaking routes. Reduce knockout chance for. That's pretty interesting. +7 thrown to run for all QBs. Under pressure, accuracy medium. No pressure effects on quarterbacks as the diamond. Increase max throw distance. Whoa. That's a pretty decent one. I don't really run out of the pocket with Enriquez though. Reduce pressure effects on quarterback outside the pocket. Increase pass accuracy on passes 10 yards or less. There's some pretty good ones in here. I guess I never really looked at them that far or that hard. But there are some pretty decent +3 throw power for all quarterbacks. That would really help Enriquez's his arm strength. +3 deep route running, +3 pass block for offensive linemen. Can I get that to silver tier? I probably won't be able to. Where did that go? There it is. It's 15. Okay, I can do it for silver tier. So now we could have the option to get +3 pass block for offensive linemen, which might help. Increase QB accuracy on deep pass concepts. Although, to be fair, we're not really getting sacked that much. I might want to get that one increased a little bit. Get that up a little bit more. So now we have gold field general, which if we activated it, we could be pretty good. But right now, we're working on some pretty good ones. So I think I'm going to stick with the ones that we have right now. Right now, we have the after school tutor at diamond tier, which is plus 10% increase to training XP for all players. Then we have the 5% boost to dev trait. 5% boost to dev trait upgrade odds in the training camp minigames. We have the linebacker XP training is increased by 40%, trying to get Carson Schlesinger upgraded. We have offensive line by 40%. We have quarterback by 40%, but I'm probably going to take that out for next season. Actually, I probably could honestly take it out now. And then we have the five tier 3 scouts. I probably should take that out now. What are these ones? Oh, I forgot these were even a thing. How do I upgrade these? Do they just naturally get upgraded? I'm not sure. Oh, I see. You know how I've always been confused on why these get replaced every so often? I just now noticed that it says right underneath it, it says loaded 5-week duration remaining. So they only last for 5 weeks and then they get refreshed. I didn't even, now I feel stupid. So these ones are going to get replaced after, so next week when we simulate to week 18, these ones are going to get simulated or replaced and put in, new ones are going to get put in. Okay, I don't know how I didn't even notice that. These ones are always active. They don't have a remaining one on there. These ones do. So is there a way I can stop them from, like, can I get permanent ones? Or is it just always you have to get these durations? I don't know. I can't believe it took me, what, it's January of the Madden 26 cycle, and it took me this long to, the game came out in August. It took me this long to read it was right there in front of my face the whole time. I just never, I don't know why it just clicked all of a sudden right now. Very strange. But that's going to be our loadout. And since it recycled the duration, now we only have 3 spots. So we will work on Kyle Widmer, DeJuan Jones, and Deion Brooks. We did get Kyle Widmer up to star dev last episode. So now that's 2 years in a row now. We've gotten our rookie corner up from normal dev to star dev through just the training. We got the Alabama corner, Matt Marshall. We got him up to star dev from normal dev through training. So now Kyle Widmer joins that party. I'm still waiting on DeJuan Jones. I don't know what I want to do with DeJuan Jones. He's such a weird player. He's 26. He's decent. He's not great. He just needs a dev trait to help him get to from decent to good to like great to excellent. That's where we need him to get. And then Deion Brooks has been a great player so far, but he's just kind of just staying around at normal dev. I'm going to go do this. If nothing happens, then I will see you in the Steeler game. If something happens, like a dev trait increase, I'll bring you back in, obviously, to show you. But more than likely, I'll just see you in the Pittsburgh game.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the birthplace of rock and roll, where the ceremonial guitar has been smashed. We're ready for football at Huntington Bank Field here in Cleveland. Coming up, two teams ready to square off. It's the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cleveland Browns. On the visitors' sideline, Steelers head coach Mike Tomlin. His guys come in losing 2 straight, hoping to turn things around in this one. On the other side, it is the head coach of the Browns. His guys know the...
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, the most important game in Browns regular season history. We have a chance to clinch the #1 seed in the AFC with a win against the Pittsburgh Steelers today. It is a massive one. We beat the Steelers the first time around, and yes, they have Anthony Richardson at starting quarterback this year. The first time we played them, it was Will Levis, and they were horrible. So during the trade deadline, or during the trading period every season, the Steelers went out and decided, we're going to need something else. We can't have Will Levis be our starting quarterback the rest of the year if we want to be a contending team this season or in the future. So they put all their hopes in the Anthony Richardson basket. It didn't cost them much. It cost them Will Howard, who ended up going to Indianapolis to compete alongside, what's-his-face, the Notre Dame quarterback that I'm blanking on right now. And we have a history with Anthony Richardson. We played the Colts, was it last year or was it year #1? It might have been last year, where we played the Colts and Anthony Richardson kept the Colts in that game with his legs. He kept scrambling on us and was a factor, a dangerous factor in that game. So I think it could be a factor again today with Anthony Richardson. Unless they run the ball with Caleb Johnson, then we're going to squash that every single time. I'd really like that. Chase Young's had a good year. The whole interior, or the whole defensive line's had a really good year, especially Myles Garrett. And that's exactly what I was asking for. When we started the season, big hit from Marlon Humphrey. I was asking for Myles Garrett to have a big year this year, and he's had double-digit sacks. He's been great. He has been absolutely fantastic. And I'm hoping he can continue that into the playoffs. And, actually, decent throw by Richardson. And you know what? This offense is moving a lot better now that Richardson's the quarterback and not Will Levis. You can't go into a season and your starting quarterback is Will Levis. That just can't happen. So, and maybe Anthony Richardson is not the answer for the Steelers either. Maybe they'll take somebody in the draft this year. Who knows? I think it is a pretty decent quarterback class this year. From at least what I've scouted so far as we jumped offside there. So it's a free play for Richardson, and he's going to have some scrambling ability, get taken down by JOK, but unfortunately, it is a first down for the Steelers. Because Mason Graham, it's Carson Schlesinger. I thought it was Mason Graham. Too many white boys. Carson Schlesinger jumped offside. And in this universe, Mike Tomlin still coaching the Steelers. Even with a 6-9 record, they are not going to be 500. They cannot be 500 this year with even if they win this game and they win Week 18, they'll just be 8-9. So, sucks to suck for the Pittsburgh Steelers fans and the Mike Tomlin supporters who always say that the memes are he goes 500 or over 500 by a game. Hand out to Caleb Johnson, and he's in. That Steeler offense looked a lot better than the first time we played them in game #1 of this 2-game set that we have. They could be a little bit of a problem. Our offense is pretty good, but the thing that we struggle with is scrambling quarterbacks. We've seen it time and time again throughout this franchise. Struggling against scrambling quarterbacks. We struggled against Richardson when he was on the Colts. We struggled against Lamar Jackson at times. Any quarterback that can move a little bit is a problem for this Browns defense. And here comes Julian Enriquez and the Browns offense that has been very good, especially the run game has been very good this season. The addition of Jonathan Taylor has just exploded this offense into a stratosphere that I didn't think could be achieved when we had Quinshawn reach 1,900 yards last year. And then he takes a little bit of a back seat, similar to what he did at Ohio State when he transferred in there. They already had Travion Henderson, and he still transferred in, and he said, you know what? Works out for me. I'm a team player. And so when he gets to the NFL, he was kind of the only guy. I mean, he was kind of sharing snaps with Dylan Sampson in year 1, but not really. But then we signed Jonathan Taylor at the end of year 2, in the free agency of year 2, and Quinshawn says, you know what, that's okay, fine by me. As long as we win championships. Ooh, that didn't work very well. TJ Watt is injured, by the way, if I didn't mention that, which I don't think I think I mentioned it in the last episode, but I don't think I mentioned it in this episode. So TJ Watt is not playing in this game. He did get hurt for the Steelers at some point, probably in training camp or something, or training weeks. Velasco makes a decent catch, but it's 3rd and 9. I probably shouldn't have went back-to-back catches, shouldn't I? Or back-to-back runs. How do we get this first down here? Maybe we go 66 Dixie? And then we send Devontae Smith one-on-one. Is that Joey Porter out there? Probably. I don't know if he's open, but I got to throw it. He's going to come back to the football and catch it! Oh, it's Jalen Ramsey out there. Oh my God, that was not designed the way that it worked out, but you know what? I'm not going to complain about it. If this would have went the way that I expected it to go, the way that I thought it was going to go, it probably would have been an interception, or at least an incomplete pass at the worst. Cam Hayward, who is still... Is this Cam Hayward? This can't be Cam Hayward. 3 years deep, is it? No, it's Hunter. I was going to say, there's no way it's Cam Hayward. I thought he retired already. But Hunter, he comes in unblocked on Enriquez. I had to get the ball out quicker than I wanted to. I see Harold Fanner right here, but I didn't press the button. I pressed Devontae Smith's button. If I would have thrown this without any pressure on me, it probably gets picked off or incomplete by Jalen Ramsey. But thankfully, surprisingly enough, Hunter hits Enriquez. The ball comes out wobbly. And Devontae Smith, the awareness from Devontae Smith to come back and track the ball, that never happens for a CP or for a user player. I am shocked that's what happened. That's kind of crazy. You can see Jalen Ramsey so upset at himself for letting that happen. But Devontae Smith, man, I mean, he makes... This is why you go out and you get a number 1 receiver, the caliber of Devontae Smith, because he makes plays like that. That's a crazy play. And it worked out so much better than I ever thought it was going to. That's one of those super lucky plays that if it goes the way you think it's going to go, it's not going to work out. But if it goes awry, that's almost for the best. Very strange, but thankfully, luck is on our side. Lady Luck is on our side right now. Look at all the superstars and X-Factors they got on this defense. Kind of crazy. Handoff. It's Quinshawn, and he breaks a tackle, and he's going to get 3rd and inches. I thought he was going to get the first down there. That would have been sick from Quinshawn. Just can't get it. That's okay. Because we're going to pass it. They're going to think that we're going to run. They're going to commit to the run. Eddie Velasco's open. 1st down, Browns. That's his 2nd catch of the day. We outsmart them on the play there. They thought we were going to run. We pass it. But now they think we're going to run, and we are going to run. Hand off to Quinshawn. He gets wrapped up from behind. Is that Alex Highsmith? It might have been. Whoever it was tracked him down from behind and got him. Maybe for a loss or maybe no gain. I'm not sure. Quick throw in the middle. Velasco. Whoa. Eddie Velasco snags that out of the air, and he gets wound up like he's a wind-up toy. That's kind of funny. Wow. What a catch. The hand strength from Eddie Velasco, the 2nd-year man out of Texas. Oof. I mean, that's the tightest window you can possibly imagine. And Enriquez trusted his young receiver, and it paid off. What a throw. And what an even better catch. I thought that was going to be dropped. Oof, that was crazy. Escobar sends it through for the extra point. It is tied at 7. So our drive looked a little bit sloppier, you could say. Maybe a little less efficient, maybe is a better way to say it, than the Steeler drive. But both drives end in points, in 7 points each. And this is where we come to play. Our special teams on kick returns has been electric in recent weeks. We've been forcing crazy amount of fumbles, really changing the games. This time it didn't happen, and it actually kind of worked in our against us because they get a huge gain there. The Bills look like they're going to be on their way to another victory, but as long as we take care of business against the Steelers here, we won't have to worry about the Bills or the Broncos. I mean, to be fair, taking care of business is a little generous. They're only up 3-0. Oh, it's a screen pass. They get it out to Jalen Warren, and Mike Green wraps him up at the 44-yard line. 3rd and 6 now for Tomlin in the offense. Let's try to get Chase Young out in motion here. Get him some rush. Can he do it? No, but somebody else can. It's going to be a corner blitz. J.C. Horn, the recent addition earlier this season. He comes in and grabs the quarterback sack. And it's a punt for the Steelers. That's a huge change from their first drive. Going from a touchdown to a punt is massive for momentum. And look at Deion Brooks. Oh, he has good speed, but he just doesn't have that top end speed. He just needs a little bit more. If he just had a little bit more speed, he can cut that corner and have an even crazier return. But he's just at that threshold of right below the elite top end speed. So maybe we should swap him for a Velasco or a Perez who do have that top end speed. That might be something we focus on. And we've reached the 2-minute warning here in the second quarter. We're flying through this first game, or this first half of the first game. Let's hit a little mesh spot. Enriquez has done a lot better through the air this year. To be fair, I've thrown the ball more than I did last year, so that kind of helps. But he's done enough. He's thrown 30 touchdowns, as you saw when he was coming out here. I think he had 30 touchdowns and like 2,400 yards, which is a pretty good season for me, considering I don't throw the ball very often with any quarterback, really. I prefer to run it, which is weird because I've talked about this before. I used to be all in on the passing game and rarely would ever run the ball. It would probably be like 70-30 passing to run, and now it's probably 70-30 run to pass. And that's really only happened the past couple of Madden cycles. When they changed, it probably happened once they changed the passing. Judkins put the ball on the ground. He was fighting for extra yardage. Quinshawn. And Alex Highsmith comes up with a recovery. Quinshawn does do that. Him and Jonathan Taylor both have had fumble issues this season. But he was fighting for extra yardage, and he gets that ball popped out, and it's obviously a turnover, so I'm not even going to look at the replay or look at the review. That's dropped off the hands of, I think, Caleb Johnson there. But it's probably what I was saying was about the passing. Ever since they had changed the way that passing works in the game, like when they brought in that revamped stuff and the different accuracies and all that kind of stuff, that's probably when the shift happened, now that I think about it. Because before that, I mean, if you go back and look at my older, like Madden 20, Madden 21, Madden 22 series and stuff, the passing numbers on those are crazy because I passed a lot more back then. I also threw a lot more interceptions, which I still throw a lot of interceptions, but I've kind of lowered it a little bit because I don't pass as much. And when I do, I try to throw, obviously, like, good passes and don't try to force as much stuff. I still throw some stupid stuff, obviously, because that's just what I do. But back in those older Madden franchises that I had, like the Cougars franchise or the Barons, the Brooklyn Barons, if you go back and look at those stats for passing numbers, it's probably a lot crazier than what it is on these more recent Maddens. Intercepted! Kyle Hamilton with the pick. Oh, we're playing basketball. That was a tip up and a rebound by Kyle Hamilton. Denzel Ward went one-on-one with DK Metcalf. I think it was DK. Yeah, it was DK. DK out-jumped him. And look at that. That's the smallest margin of, like, square feet you can put in the end zone there. And Kyle, we got to take another look at that replay. That's an insane catch from Kyle Hamilton. The awareness from Kyle Hamilton is insane here. What an interception. What an interception. So we got to see this. So DK and Denzel Ward are one-on-one. Richardson, after scrambling around, moving his feet in the pocket for a lot, get a lot of happy feet. He ends up chucking it corner of the end zone to DK Metcalf, who out-jumps Denzel Ward. Ward ends up hitting him out of bounds, like making him lose focus on the catch. The ball tips in the air, and Hamilton, with his look at Hamilton the whole time. He's got his eyes on the ball the entire time. He's watching it. He's watching it. And then he just snags it, and he does, in fact, get both of the tiptoes in. The ref is right there. She's got her hand in a wild spot, by the way. But she presumably sees, if she's not distracted by putting her hand in the nether regions of Kyle Hamilton, she is watching him get 2 feet down, and that is an interception. What a play from Kyle Hamilton and Denzel Ward. What a two-man right there. Insane change because we fumbled the ball with Quinshawn, And I thought, oh no, the Steelers are going to at least guaranteed field goal, if not a touchdown. But then Anthony Richardson, man, he got happy feet in the pocket and then just hucked one to the corner of the end zone. Not a lot of space for DK to work with. That's another big first down from Harold Fannin. And I'm going to try the play action deep out because instead of having Traylon Burks run this route, it's Eddie Velasco. So if I just get the time, Velasco might be able to get there. That's a deep ball. It's going to be a touchdown. Browns. Oh my God. That is why we drafted Eddie Velasco and why we did not cut him when he got suspended last year, because he can make plays like that. Well, obviously it's a lot to do with it. Look at that throw, by the way. That's a perfect spiral as he's getting hit. That's also why you take a quarterback of Julian Enriquez's magnitude where we did. We took him 3 overall. So that's why you take a quarterback like that so highly. Wow. What a sequence of events. From the Quinshawn fumble to the Kyle Hamilton interception in the back of the end zone to then the bomb of a throw from Enriquez and then subsequent catch by Velasco. And that completes one half of the double dip. And if you don't know what the double dip is by this point, you should know if you're a longtime viewer of the channel. The double dip, and yes, you have to say it like that every time. The double dip is, oh God, hold on, is scoring, being the last person to score at the end of the first half, then getting the football to start the second half, the first possession of the second half, and going down and scoring to start the second half. You can really change a game, and we've proven it on this channel plenty of times before, that completing a full double dip can really change the momentum of any game, really. And we are kind of in the process. What a snag! A one-handed grab. Oh my God. Oh my God. It's insane play after insane play in this Steeler game. A one-handed snag from, who is this? Don't tell me that's Josh Naylor. There's no way. That's got to be a different Naylor. There's no way that's Josh Naylor making a one-handed snag with pressure in his face. Now, obviously, I missed the tackle with Grant Delpit. That's on brand for him. I tackled Carson Schwarzenegger is what I did. This snag is out of control. Use 2 hands, buddy. You're not Odell. That can't be Josh Naylor. There's no way. I will not allow that to be Josh Naylor. Who is that? That's okay, not Josh, Jalen Naylor. That's who I was saying. It was Jalen Naylor. That's the name that's the person that I had in my head. I just said Josh Naylor for some reason. I'm stupid. I apologize. Jalen Naylor is who I thought that was, who I had in my head, and it ended up actually being him. You gotta be kidding me. Jalen Naylor making a catch like that to get the Steelers into field goal range? Oh my God. This game's on crack. This game's out of control already. And the field goal is up and good. So the Steelers will go into the half down by 4 and not 7. Oh, Jalen Naylor with a catch. Who's Josh Naylor? Is Josh Naylor a person? Josh Naylor seems like a real person. Josh. Oh, he is a baseball player. That's who I was. Okay, so Josh Naylor is a player for the Mariners / Guardians / all those teams that he was on. Where was he on? He was on the Diamondbacks last year too. Then he got traded to the Mariners. Didn't the Mariners have a playoff run this year? I think they went to. Didn't they go to the American League Division Series or Championship Series? Were they in the ALCS? They might have been. Anyway, I knew Josh Naylor was a person. That name sounded too familiar. But Jalen Naylor is who I was thinking of in my head when I was saying Josh Naylor. So it ended up actually being him. That's crazy. That's crazy. What kind of catch is that by Jalen Naylor? This will help the old stat line. What? Make the catch and realize I don't think anyone's gonna get me. I can't even do the Naylor hardly knower joke because I'm so upset about that catch. That's crazy. What universe are we in where Jalen Naylor makes the catch like that? Oh, a Lions highlight, Jahmyr Gibbs highlight. That's just a poor angle from the Viking defender there. Webster's doing pretty good. He might win Rookie of the Year this year. Because everything I've seen from Josh Webster so far this season has been really good stuff. The Bills and Broncos have already clinched playoff spots, obviously. We knew that along with us. But this win secures the 1 seed. It'll secure Das 1 seed.
We expect more of the
Oh, yeah, that ball
going
was
forward as we send you back out to our
clearly out.
commentary
Yes, I see it
team,
pop out there.
Mike
That ball was
Tirico
clearly
and
out.
Greg
So,
Olson.
but what a catch from Velasco on that touchdown. What a throw from Enriquez. He's been great. His second season has been fantastic. No sophomore slump for Julian Enriquez. Simply fantastic throw and a crazy catch. See, that's the kind of stuff we didn't have with Traylon Burks because he just wasn't fast enough to outrun the other safety that would come and help in coverage. But Eddie Velasco can do that. So we've got that option now that we've switched it to Velasco playing more. And even, although next season when we have Perez play the slot, because Velasco's playing the slot right now, so next season when Perez plays the slot, he's going to have that same kind of home run ability because he's got even, I think he's even faster a little bit, maybe one overall faster than Velasco as Jerry Jeudy. Oh, I forgot to turn down the illegal block in the backs. I will hopefully remember that for the playoffs. It's just been too many. You don't get that many illegal block in the backs in a game in real life, if any. There's games sometimes that you go like a couple weeks in an NFL season without getting a block in the back, and yet with these sliders that I have, you get block in the backs almost every play. It feels like, well, maybe not every play. That's a little bit of exaggeration, but it definitely more than you should. So I got to turn that down a little bit. Got to turn that down. You can have a couple, but I don't need block in the backs every single time I get a big play. As Velasco's having himself quite the game. Eddie Velasco is putting on a show. He is putting on a show, and I kind of want to take a bomb. I kind of want to take a bomb shot here. But I'm not going to have it. I guess I shouldn't have called that play from under center. Maybe I should have done that in the shotgun. That might have been a little bit more effective if I did it like that. Hand out to Bashal Tootin. He's got speed. Bashal Tootin up the middle. Bashal Tootin breaks through, and it's going to be a touchdown, Browns. That is why we traded for Bashal Tootin. Talk about home run speed. Oh, my God. That's the first really big run Bashal's had so far this year. He finally broke one. I've been asking for it all year, and it comes in the second to last game of the season. He finally breaks a big one and gets to show off that speed. God, we are so good this year. We've put together such a good team. Such a good team. We have a chance to go back-to-back. Something that not many teams are able to do in the NFL. It's hard to go back-to-back, obviously. It's hard to win one. But to go back-to-back is even harder. Last team to do it was the Chiefs, right? When they did it in, was it 2021 and 22? Is that when they did it? Oh, what a hit, by the way, from Grant Delpit. Didn't fumble it, but that's a huge hit. Was it 21 and 22? Because they lose the pandemic year to Tom Brady in the Bucs. And then I think Patrick Mahomes gets it the next year. But did they go back-to-back then? Or did they go... Because I know they've done it back-to-back. I just can't remember if they did it that year or if they waited a year after. And then it was like 22, 23. Because the Rams get it in 21, don't they? Because that's when they beat the Bengals? Or is that 22? I don't remember. I get my years mixed up. It's hard to remember some things. I remember the matchups. I just don't remember what year it was. Or maybe I get like a year off or something. I know the Rams because Aaron Donald gets that championship and then he retires. Because he does the iconic ring me picture or whatever. Oh, I shouldn't have bid on the play action. I'm not that stupid. That was a good play action. I shouldn't have bid on it. I wouldn't even have got it. I don't know why I dove. I wouldn't have tackled the running back if he had the ball anyway. I could have easily sacked Anthony Richardson, though. Although, knowing me, I probably would have whiffed on the sack because I'm so bad. So I guess it's a good thing that I bid on it. So to save myself from that embarrassment. I get another embarrassment for biting on the play action, but at least I saved myself from the embarrassment of missing the sack. Hand off to Johnson. No, I got sucked into that block animation. That's stupid. That's real stupid. If I remember right, Caleb Johnson didn't have a very good game against us in the first time we played. I think we controlled this entire Steeler offense because Will Levis could not do anything. Oh, it's off the hands. Oh, so Jalen Naylor drops that, but he catches a one-handed snag, Odell style, earlier in the game. Oh, I see how this works. If honestly, that ball's out. Strip sack from Myles Garrett. Somebody dive on it. And a Steeler player dives on it. Myles Garrett strips Anthony Richardson of the football. He's having such a good year, man. I love Myles Garrett. Love him. Richardson fires, and it's going to be incomplete. I tried to go for the pick there, but I wasn't in range. That is the thing you have to deal with Anthony Richardson. He's super freak athletic, but he's got a cannon of an arm. He just kind of chucks the ball. He's kind of like Joe Milton. Joe Milton doesn't know how to throw a ball soft. He just kind of missiles it into everything. Doesn't matter where he's throwing it. It's going to be a rocket either way. And that's kind of the same thing with Richardson. Although, surprisingly, I think Joe Milton can read defenses a little bit better than Richardson can, which is a little bit weird, but whatever. They both not very good. And here's another handoff. This time, Jonathan Taylor, he gets a one. Is he going to have a breakaway? He doesn't have the speed. He doesn't have this. If Bashal had that one, Bashal would have been gone. But it was Jonathan Taylor. It's so hard to know who's in because I have the subs come in so often. We substitute running backs in very frequently. So it's hard to get a rhythm on who's in. Let me get a little crack toss in here. Everybody loves a good crack. So let's get some crack toss in. If I remember right, this crack toss play does not work very well. And you know what? I was right. Oh, that sucks. Let's go with a double sail, although we're probably not... maybe able to get this off. Yeah, I'll snap it. Yep. Ooh, Velasco's open. Eddie Velasco's having a crazy game right now. He's having a crazy game as we end the third quarter in Cleveland. He's got 340 yards, and like 100 of that has come today. He's been absolutely dominant. 6 minutes to go before we are crowned AFC champions. Well, the 1 seed. We haven't been crowned champions just yet. Harold Fan with a big catch. I'm assuming starting next year, he will be the number 2 tight end because Conrad Scholes will hopefully grow between the offseason and training camp and all that kind of stuff. They're like really close in overall. They might even be tied right now. So I would assume that Conrad Scholes will be the number 1 tight end to start year 4. We score another touchdown. Quinshawn gets in 28-10. We are starting to pull away very definitively from the Pittsburgh Steelers. They had a good opening drive, but they kind of got away from Richardson scrambling, which is what got them down the field. Anthony Richardson making plays with his legs is one of the reasons why we struggled against the Colts when he was on the Colts. Big hit by Cal Hamilton, by the way. The Bills are up 14-7 on the Patriots in the fourth quarter. If the Patriots could come away with a win there, that'd be pretty sick. Not only because I'm a Patriot fan, but also because I just think it's funny the Bills would lose. It doesn't really matter. It's not like we need the Bills to lose to get the 1 seed. That's got to be a pick, and it's not even going to be a catch. It's incomplete. Anthony Richardson is sailing these passes. I guess he wasn't much more of an improvement than Will Levis. I'd have to go back and look at the schedule to see how many points they scored the first game with Will Levis. Chase Young tracks him down, brings him down for a gain of 5, maybe? 4? Probably 5. And it's a 3rd and 5. Do they go for it on 4th down? You're down 28-10. Do they go for it? I guess we'll find out. Myles Garrett with another sack. They're probably not going to go for it now. That's his 2nd sack of the day. Who had the other one? Who does have the other one? Oh, it's J.C. Horn. That's right, on the cornerback blitz. So they don't punt it. They will go for it, which is probably for the best. You might as well. You're down 28-10 in the 4th quarter. What do you have to lose? And what he has to lose, is he going to avoid? Oh, my God. Okay, he dropped. I was going to say. He did a lot of dancing in the pocket there to avoid me sacking him. But thankfully, Schlesinger knocks it incomplete, and we take over. This touchdown will most likely ice this game, although, to be fair, the game's probably already iced. So I'm going to try to take some time. Oh, Patrick Queen and Jerry Jeudy getting a little chirping match. Patrick Queen even pointed the finger at him like an angry dad. Bashal's back in, and Bashal's got explosive energy. Could have broke one. That's a lot of what Bashal's been doing this year, which is why I was so happy that he broke one earlier in the game. Because a lot of his has been like 6 yards and a cloud of dust. Handoff Judkins. All right, just inching a little bit closer. We don't need anything big here. We're just trying to take away time is all we're doing. We're just trying to milk it because we've done what we need to do. I might have to play Quinshawn next game because we're going to win this game, obviously, and clinch the 1 seed. So I'm going to bench my starters for week 18 against the Bengals, but I may have to play Quinshawn so he can achieve 1,000 yards because he's very close. He's at like 970 now with that run there. He's probably like 974, 975, something like that. So he might, unless I can get it. I guess it depends on how quickly we get the ball back here against the Steelers. But I may have to play him for a drive in that Bengal game at the start just to get him 1,000 yards. Same thing with Jonathan Taylor. I don't know how close he is. I think he's fairly close. He's less. He might be like 100 yards less than Quinshawn. But I'm definitely not playing Julian Enriquez. Although maybe I should start him in the game so that he can keep his starting streak alive. Because I think he started every single game of his career. Has he started? No, did he get hurt one game? I can't remember. Has he started every single game? He might have. But I'd like for him to go on like an Eli Manning style quarterback start streak where he starts like every single game of every season for like so many years, which would be pretty sick. Another sack from Myles Garrett. He's just loading up. He's stat padding at this point. He's going for the Defensive Player of the Year. He's stat padding. I wish they'd show me on the bottom ticker how many sacks he's got. That's got to be like 14 or 15, I think. 2-minute warning. He's going for Defensive Player of the Year. I don't think he's going to win it, but he's making a late push. Trying to achieve that Defensive Player of the Year streak or award. That's probably the only award we'd win individually. I don't think we're going to win MVP. We're not going to win like Offensive Player of the Year or anything like that, so that's probably our best chance. And we don't have any like big rookies that have done anything. Another sack, though. There's Myles Garrett again. That's his team's 5th sack. That's got to be his 4th. I think he's got all the other ones other than the J.C. Horn one. And they will go for it on 4th and 25, because why wouldn't they? We'll see if Myles Garrett can get another one. Almost. They get it away. Humphrey. Oh, my God. You got to be kidding me. You got to be joking. A 4th and forever. Richardson getting hit by Myles Garrett throws up a prayer, and DK just has enough speed to get away from Marlon Humphrey. Unbelievable. Good play by Schlesinger. You couldn't have just given me the ball back so I could get Quinshawn his 1,000 yards. Unreal. Unreal. That's honestly disrespectful. Can't believe you disrespect me like that. But to be fair, Marlon Humphrey on DK is not a great matchup. Marlon's very old at this point and doesn't have the speed to keep up with DK. Somebody's going to get a sack here. It's going to be a combination. Miles and Chase Young get the sack. They share that one. God, we are obliterating the offensive line right now on this drive. The past couple of drives. They're going to do it again. Humphrey and DK. No, he's out of bounds. He's out of bounds. Marlon Humphrey cannot compete. He cannot compete. I got to hope that Quinshawn comes in here. Jonathan Taylor. All right, we'll go for it anyway. But another dominant performance. There's Jonathan Taylor's big run. He's at 962. So him and Quinshawn are very close in yards. But Quinshawn's a little bit closer, I think. And here comes Bashal. It's everybody but Quinshawn. It's everybody but Quinshawn. Bashal gets squashed. Bring in Quinshawn, please. I'm not sure what formation I have to get in for him to come in, but it's Jonathan Taylor again. You gotta be kidding me. I don't have any more. I have one more timeout. I can't keep using these. But you know what? This also helps Jonathan Taylor get to his 1,000 yards. So I guess that's something. Jalen Peacher. I forgot he was here. I think that was just a CPU trade. I don't think I traded him here. Or the Steelers traded him here. And it's Bashal again. So you know what? Let's just ride it. Quinshawn will play next week. For a drive, at least, to get the 1,000 yards. And so will Jonathan Taylor. Everybody will play at least one drive. And then we'll bench the starters. So everybody can keep their streaks alive. There's Jerry Jeudy with a big catch. We'll try to hurry up, but I don't think we're going to get the playoff. And we will win the game 35-10. But that's not even the biggest thing because we have officially clinched the #1 seed in the AFC. No longer will we have to have a wild card game. We won the division outright. I mean, we killed the division. The rest of the division sucked this year, surprisingly. And then we go and we win the conference, the #1 seed. Just a great performance this season from everybody. Ever since that Bengal game. It's been kind of crazy. Ooh, a lot of upgrades. Oh my God. So Brandon Sampson, the rookie, gets an upgrade. He's played pretty well this year. Christian Dickinson getting X Factor was huge, not something on my bingo card. I just wanted him to get from normal dev to star dev, and he skyrocketed. Danny Barrett's been a great addition to this roster. We drafted him in the year one draft. And then obviously Quinshawn gets a big upgrade point. We're going to put him on, let's put him on elusive back still. Plus two awareness is kind of crazy. And then the big man, the big dog, Julian Enriquez. He's playing up to a 99, but he's not there yet. He will be a 95, though. Strong arm, 95, plus two to throw accuracy deep is pretty decent. I mean, look at these. Look at these. Playing with the morale, he's going crazy. He's going absolutely crazy. But once we simulate, I want to see that Z next to my name. Simulate to week 18. Show me the money. Show me the division clinched. And there it is. 14-2. The Cleveland Browns will not have anything to play for in this final game. But Myles Garrett is one sack away from the league lead. He's got 17 on the year. Talk about coming on strong. Amarius Mims and was that Carlos Crisp from Florida? I think that's who that is. Both injured for Cincinnati today. We have the best offense in the league, except for putting up passing yards, but that's not a surprise. We've got another upgrade player thing. It is going to be Trey Seawright with a big upgrade. Okay. I'll take that all day. Just upgrading the offensive line. Never a bad thing. I think I skipped that before I could see what it was, actually. Let's take a look at the film prep. See what we're working with here. It is going to be critical game. This is it really critical, though? They're a Valley Bounce team. Blanket their receivers in coverage, because that's what we got killed on last game against Cincinnati, but we don't really care if we lose this game. All right, settle. We need to talk strategy. I was wondering where that talent was supposed to be. Don't even worry about their number one. He's not going to be a factor, coach. Really, Denzel? Jamar Chase is going to be a factor. Well, you're not going to play much, so I guess that kind of defeats the purpose of what he's saying. But let's take a look at the schedule here, because we've dominated since that loss. So we started the season a little bit rocky. We opened our year, the defending champs, on primetime with a loss to the Chiefs. Then we had a couple of win streaks here, a little win streak, 3-game win streak. Then we lost to the Bengals. So we had a rough start. We were 3-2. Then we had the bye. This is a perfect storybook type of storyline, basically. Because you go on a little bit of a rocky start as your defending champs, then you have a wake-up call against Cincinnati, and then you go into the bye. And then out of the bye week, we beat the 49ers. We beat the Steelers 38-22. We killed the Raiders and shut them out. We killed the Packers. We shut out the Patriots. We have 2 shutouts within 3 weeks. We killed the Ravens, which is surprising, but they're not having a great year. We beat the Chargers. That was actually one of the tougher games of this streak, because Justin Herbert's pretty good. We killed the Texans. We killed the Broncos. We killed the Ravens again, and we just killed the Steelers. What a season it has been since that Bengal loss. Talk about wake-up calls. And here is the playoff picture. The Bears lost. And now the Cowboys are the 1 seed. Interesting. Well, we've clinched it for our side. Did the Cowboys clinch it right there? That's not what I wanted to go to. Did the Cowboys clinch it? No. The NFC has not been clinched yet. The Cowboys could clinch it with a win, but if they lose and the Bears win, I don't know who wins the tiebreaker. Maybe the Bears do. Probably the Cowboys would still hold on. But it's getting real tight in the NFC side. It's a little less tight in the AFC with a 2-game advantage over the Bengals. So I'm going to go through, do the weekly strategy again, and then we will go into, obviously, if something happens, I'll bring you back in for that. Let's get all of the stuff that we want back in. So let's take off the silver abilities because we don't need those. We also don't need that one, even though that's cool. We don't need that yet. Let's go with linebacker, offensive line, quarterback. There we go. So those will be loaded in. And then I will go through. Oh, yeah, that's right. I talked about this before. I took Christian Dickinson out and put Bashal Tootin in. I don't think Bashal needs much more. I'm just going to keep him in for these final couple weeks of the season and through the playoffs. And then starting next year, he won't be in the training. But I just wanted to have him in here. And then obviously Julian Enriquez won't be in the training next year either. So we'll free up a couple of spots right there. But if anything happens, I'll bring you back in again. If not, then I will see you in the game against the Bengals, where we will play the starters for the first drive, or at least the first couple drives, where we can get everybody their goals, and then the backups will come in.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the birthplace of rock and roll, Cleveland, Ohio, where the ceremonial guitar has been smashed, and that means we are set for football at Huntington Bank Field. It's all about divisional matchups on this final day of the regular season, and we've got a compelling one in store here, as it'll be the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Cleveland Browns. On the visitor's sideline, there's Bengals head coach Zach Taylor. His guys, losers of 2 straight, hoping to get back on track here. On the other side, the head coach of the home team. His guys ready.
All right, final game of the year, but we're really not playing for anything. We clinched the 1 seed. We have nothing to worry about. We're going to have the bye, head into the divisional round. All we got to worry about is getting Quinshawn Judkins and Jonathan Taylor 1,000 yards on the season. And if Cincinnati wants to beat us, they can beat us. I mean, I'm going to try to win the game. But we're going to play the backups for most of it. We're going to have the starters all play on defense and offense for the beginning of the game. But for the most part, it's going to be a backup battle against the starters for Cincinnati, even though they probably don't have anything to play for either. They're a 7-win football team, not going to the postseason. I guess they're playing for contract incentives, maybe. That's a big tackle from Marlon Humphrey, too. If I remember right, it was a lot of Chase Brown in the first game, at least initially, and then they switched to Jamar Chase and T. Higgins kind of killing me. So, we'll see what happens here. We'll see what happens. Oh, Chase, that's unfortunate. No, T. Higgins, a bomb over the top! Good coverage by Cole Bishop. That could have been ugly. That could have been ugly. That was a good throw. Could have been a little bit better, I guess. It was slightly underthrown. But here come the offense once Deion Brooks returns this. Here comes the offense. I checked before. Sorry there, sneezed. I checked before, and Quinshawn and Jonathan Taylor have, I think they're like 2 yards away from each other. I think Quinshawn's got 975, and Jonathan Taylor has 973. So they are both within just a small margin of what we need to get them to. Quinshawn coming in for his first handoff, and he will have it. And if any of them break a big run, that's going to be it right there. But they're gonna. It looks like it's going to be a grind today. The Bengals do not want to allow both running backs to get 1,000 yards. I'm sure that was a talking point throughout the week on social media and everything. They got Brian Bresee. We weren't going to have anything to play for. So they know. They know what's going on. That's a drop by Eddie Velasco. Turnover on downs. Okay. Okay. A little bit of a shock. I will go now and switch Julian Enriquez. So he gets the start, but he will not be the starting quarterback for the rest of this game because I could not deal with him getting hurt when we have nothing to play for. And we have a team that's a bye in the playoffs ready to go next week. So, or in a couple weeks, I guess, technically. If the Bengals want to score, they can score. I also would like to get Myles Garrett the league lead in sacks. I don't know if that's going to happen or not because Joe Burrow does tend to get that ball away a little bit sooner than guys like Anthony Richardson. Another thing that we struggled against when we played them the first time around. We struggled to get Joe Burrow down because he just kept throwing the ball so soon. It was hard to track him down, but this one might actually be it. And there it is. There's the tie. That's 18. That's 18 sacks for Myles Garrett on the season. I don't know what, I think it was like Princely, I forget how to pronounce his last name, but he was on the Panthers. He was is that a false start or is that offside encroachment? Oh, that's not good. Man, Mason Graham, come on, dog. All right, whatever. That is, at least as far as I know, before the Panther game has been played, that is the tie. So if Myles is able to get a 19th, which he almost did right there, he would then, in theory, have the record, not the record, but have the lead until the Panther game is played and we see what Princely does. But at least he's tied it. That's what I was wanting. I wanted him to get out of there and get the tie because he was tied with former Buckeye Baron Brown, wasn't he? Was that who he was tied with? I don't remember. It was somebody on the Cardinals. I can't remember exactly who he was tied with, but we will get to see Shedeur Sanders for the first time in a long time. But it's not really about Shedeur. It's about the run game and trying to get these two running backs 1,000 yards. It's not going to take much. They're both so close. All they need is really just one good run, and they'll be able to get it. But they can't. The Bengals, they don't want to allow it. They don't want to allow it. We're just inching ever so close. It's like a little tease. We are just inching and inching and inching. Some may even say we're edging on the line here of 1,000 yards. They won't let me have it. Bashal's put himself together a pretty solid season, 530 yards as the third string running back. I guess he's not really the third string running back. He's more of a 1C. They're all really the starter. I mean, all of them are high enough overall where they could be the starter, and I'd be okay with it. So it's like 1A is Quinshawn, 1B is Jonathan Taylor, 1C would be Bashal Tutin. Taylor comes in. They got Trey Hendrickson still out there. And Jonathan Taylor, why are the Bengals playing this so tough, man? It's going to be a grind. We're going to have to grind out every single yard. I just want one to break free. All we need is like a 10-yard gain, and here it is. This is going to be Quinshawn. He's got the 1,000 yards. Quinshawn Judkins has done it. He has reached 1,000 yards, so his day is done. Well, after this drive, obviously. Actually, you know what? Since the quarter's over, it's probably going to be done anyway. So Quinshawn's day is over. He will get out of here so he doesn't get hurt. And then once we see Jonathan Taylor reach that, then he'll get out of there as well. So Jonathan Taylor will switch that. Is there another one? Gadget running back? Yep, here we go. Okay, so switch that around. Third down running back is Quinshawn. Okay, so now Quinshawn should not come back in. And we will see if Jonathan Taylor can get his 1,000 yards. It's a really cold day. You can see the breath out of the players and stuff. You can see all the coldness coming from the stadium. It is a cold day here as the Browns try to get these records. Not really records, but get these achievements, these milestones. Handoff Taylor. He bounces it. It's not 1,000 yards, but it is a big-time touchdown. And that actually passes Quinshawn. I think they were both tied with 11 touchdowns. So Jonathan Taylor will now surpass Quinshawn for 12. Which is a nice little fun competitive rivalry there between Quinshawn and Jonathan Taylor. But we're going to need both of them fresh for the playoffs, so that's why we're not going to have them play much more than this game. And I should probably honestly take out like Devontae Smith and everything. I don't need them getting hurt on like an off-ball blocking attempt or something. Jack Sawyer with a big play. We might see a lot of Jack Sawyer today too. So before I forget, let me go and do that. Let me go and sub out all those guys. So let's sub out you. So Velasco will start, then Jerry will get taken out. Brooks, we'll see a lot of Brooks today. Probably. We'll have that there. Actually, you know what? I like that a little bit better so the Prez can play the slot. So 1, 2, 3. Then Brooks is 4. And we'll have Scholes be the 5 just in case. And then at tight end, Fannin and oh no, he's playing fullback, so he can't come in. All right. So we got that all figured out. Honestly, Fannin, it doesn't matter if Fannin plays the whole game or not. It's not a big a deal. Not that big of a deal. I would like to see Myles Garrett get another sack here, though. They're going to go screen. And we kind of played that well. I mean, they only got a yard out of it. And Joe's upset. He went on the ground for nothing. But I would not mind a big-time sack for Myles Garrett. Remember, Amarius Mims is out today for Cincinnati. So they do not have one of their offensive tackles. And Myles Garrett will not be fooled by the sack. He'll bring down Chase Brown. And he punched. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I got to see that again. Myles Garrett just clobbered Chase Brown on the ground. This is great. He does his cell. No, they're not going to show me. They're not going to show me. But Myles Garrett is like over top of Chase Brown, and then he does the punch celebration, presumably while Chase Brown was still underneath him. That's hilarious. That is funny. Oh, Myles is almost ready for his second sack of the day, but it's going to be a 3-and-out for Cincinnati. This is a different team than the first time we played against the Bengals in, what was that, week 5? It's a different team. We'll fair catch that. And now let's give the ball to Jonathan Taylor and try to get his 1,000 yards, and then he can come out, and it'll be the Bashal Tootin show. JT, close. He's getting there. He's at 990. He needs a 10-yard rush. He needs a 10-yard rush to get 1,000. Handoff. JT will not get a 10-yard rush. He won't even get a single yard on that one. This Cincinnati team. Oh, he got a yard. They're going to give him a yard on that, I guess. That seems like a generous yard, but whatever. Conrad Scholes, big catch. That'll get us the first down so we can keep moving on. And here comes Jonathan Taylor. Try to get a 9-yard handoff, and he will get a couple. It's closer. They're making me work for it, man. They are making me work for every single yard. I can't just have a big run like I had with Quinshon. They are making me work for every yard. 995. He is 5 yards from getting 1,000. We've reached the 2-minute warning and a half. He is so close. Just let me have it. Just let me have it. Tootin will come in. It's going to be a lot of Bashal Tootin in the second half if I can get these 5 yards. Handoff Bashal. He's actually lost a yard, I think, on that. All right, let me get the first down again so I can keep going. These Bengals want to be stingy, I guess. Throw that up. That almost got deflected by the defensive lineman. All right, Shador made the pass. And hopefully this is JT. And it is. Okay, please, JT, just get 5 yards. That's all you need. 5 yards is all you need. You're not even going to get, you're going to get a loss of 1. Why are they playing the greatest run defense? Is that Shamar Stewart? Why are they playing the greatest run defense I've ever seen in my life? Just let me have it. It's 5 yards. Well, now it's 6 yards, but just let me have it. It's not that big of a deal. They're being annoying and frustrating, and I hate it. We're going to find Harold Fannin. He's going to try to get a first down. He will. That'll save us a little bit of time. 10 seconds. This is perfect. We're 5 yards away. So if Jonathan Taylor just runs this in for a 5-yard touchdown, he'll have the... Oh, actually, no, because he's down 6, isn't he? Darn it. He's going to have to come second half. He's probably not even get anything here. Oh, my God. What is going on with the Bengals? They are playing the toughest defense I've ever seen. You got nothing to play for, dog. Why are you playing so well? Stop it with the run defense. My God. That's probably better that he dropped that because it allows for us to have another play without having to burn a timeout. Which, do we even have any more timeouts? We have 1. Okay, so fire that in there. That's Harold Fannin. He drops it, and that's the end of the half. All right, so we're up 7-3 on the Bengals. It was an annoying first half. I'll say that much. Oh my God! Why are the Bengals defense? Why is it playing the greatest run defense it's ever played right now? Like, what do they have to play for? You're having a losing season. All you had to play for is pride, really.
Our trip through the NFL starts now.
Bryce Young hands to, I'm assuming that's Chuba Hubbard. Jukes out 2 Saints defenders and then tosses one into the dirt with a stiff arm. That might be one of the better highlights you'll ever see. 34-17, the Panthers killed the Saints.
22 yards on the touchdown.
Raiders and Dolphins.
They're playing host to the Las Vegas.
You got to remember, the Raiders were the #1 team earlier in the season. They were undefeated, I think. Were they undefeated when we played them? We might have been their first loss. They will get another win over Kyler Murray and the Dolphins. I knew that that Cooper was not going to be able to handle it. He just not a high enough overall. It was going to give out at some point. This is an important game for the Bears, by the way. If they don't win this game, they're not going to be the 1 seed. They might still not be the 1 seed, but oh my God, what a juke from Jahmyr Gibbs. And they lost it. The Bears have lost the 1 seed officially. The Cowboys, I think by default, have gotten the 1 seed out of that. That's crazy. That is crazy. Oh, you know what? To be fair, the Bengals are in the playoffs. So they are playing for something. I didn't know that. Okay. So that would be a good reason as to why they're playing so good run defense, because they are in the wild card right now. That makes a little bit more sense. I was wondering why they were playing so tough. I wonder if we beat them, if they fall out or not. I don't know. I guess we'll have to beat them and find out. Because it would be pretty awesome if we beat the Bengals and then that's the reason they don't make the postseason. because I certainly wouldn't want to play this team in the playoffs, that's for sure. Velasco, a solid return to the 25. All right, Bengals, just don't do anything. Just let Jonathan Taylor do this, please. They have 7 total yards. That's kind of crazy. Just let Jonathan Taylor get the... Oh, my God. Stop it with the run defense. My God. We get it. You're good at stopping the run. It's 5 yards. Here it is. Thank God. He's got it. Oh, good Lord. We worked way too hard to get that. Jonathan Taylor's day is done. Jonathan Taylor's day is done, so he will get substituted out in all the different positions. Jonathan Taylor, Bashal Tootin. Third down running back. All right, that should be everything. Yep, okay. There we go. It's now Bashal Tootin and the other running back that we have that we don't really care too much about. Oh, good thing that went incomplete because I did not mean to press the button. I accidentally pressed it with my thumb, and it would have been a lob anyway, so it probably would have been an interception. At least we achieved what we were going for. We got both of the running backs 1,000 yards. That makes me happy. It's not the statistical single season number that Quinshawn put up in year 2 when he put up 1,900, but you know what? It's a very impressive number that not a lot of running backs can achieve every now and then, or every season. So it's good to have, and especially getting 2 running backs to 1,000 yards. That rarely happens, if ever. That's a pick. Yep. This is why we benched Shedeur Sanders and why we drafted a quarterback. This is why we drafted Julian Enriquez, because Shedeur Sanders is not that good in the game. In real life, who knows? Maybe he'll end up being pretty solid. But in the video game, at least in Madden 26, maybe Madden 27 they'll up his ratings a little bit, but in Madden 26, he is not the guy. We found that out pretty recently. We came to that conclusion pretty quickly. We just have to rely on our defense to be dominant, like Mason Graham just did right there. And I would really love to get another sack for Myles Garrett to firmly put him at the top of the list and make Princely get a couple of sacks in his game. Ooh, Schlesinger brings down Higgins. That's a good job. We're going to bring a blitz. Maybe that'll distract the offensive lineman and let Myles be one-on-one. Oh, Myles. He got there. No, Joe. No, Joe. You did not throw that, dog. Oh, my God. Just take the sack, Joe. What are we doing? That was a beautiful pass rush, too. How on earth did he throw that? They pinned me at the 2, by the way. This would be an amazing time for a 98-yard run from Bashal Tootin. He's got the speed. He just needs to get decent blocks, and he's gone. Nobody's catching him. So if this can open up, it'll be electric. It didn't open up. It most certainly did not open up. Maybe this time. Maybe second time's the charm. Handoff. Tootin. Nothing. Nothing doing. That kind of sucks. We're at the 2-yard line. What do we even have here? Oh, that's a crazy catch by Velasco. I probably should punt this away, but I'm not going to. Because that's wide open. That's Eddie Velasco. Big catch. Good job, Eddie. We're basically going to just run this clock. That's all we're going to try to do here. Ooh, Tootin almost broke that. That would have been kind of insane if he did. Come on, Bashal. They're going to get worn down eventually. Just not yet. 3rd and 3. Perez is going to be open here, and he is. All right, I'll take that as we end the quarter. Okay, so I just realized that I didn't have that going. My recording wasn't playing. That's my fault. This game actually went into overtime. If I can... I might have been able to save the video on my PlayStation. I don't know, but we won the game on a crazy Velasco touchdown catch. So if I can show that, I will. But I apologize. I turned it off or paused it after I cut it when we were just because we were just running the ball the whole time and I was just trying to waste the clock. But then the Bengals got the ball back, and with um like triple zeros in the clock, they scored a touchdown to tie it and take it to overtime. It was kind of crazy. But then we stopped them, we forced the punt, and then we got the ball back and scored the touchdown. If I can play that, I'll show you. Um, I don't know if I can or not, but I only paused it because I didn't think anything was going to happen. I thought we'd just move on and it was just going to be running the ball all the time. But we won the game, so I'll take it. I didn't think it was going to go to overtime, but that's going to do it for the episode. Thank you so much for stopping by and watch. I truly appreciate it. If you enjoyed, leave it a like, subscribe to the channel for more, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.